Well guys, welcome back to another vlog. This vlog starts off with this accident right here. Now how cool is this? We really just destroyed this car that I've been beating up for the last 2 years. Yeah, this car has been through it all. Ever since I started driving, I've been using this and now it's completely destroyed. We have this to deal with. To be honest, I'm not a very good driver. I mean, I'm half Asian, so like you could kind of already surmise like where my driving skills are at. Yeah, I really hate how things have gone. I really do. You guys probably can't tell, but my insides are screaming. So a lot has happened since the last vlog. First, we moved our warehouse to a new location that is downtown instead of kind of out in the country a little bit, which is nice. I mean, it's kind of crazy thinking back that half of 2021 and 22, Ryan and I spent just living off grid, running the business in a place with no running water, which is pretty crazy to think about. And now we are downtown in a facility that's surrounded by other artists, which is just great. I feel like having that challenge of, you know, living off grid and just not having your basic necessities like right there, it kind of gave us this huge challenge to overcome. And now dealing with things in this new facility and just kind of back in normal society, I feel like things are just like easier to do because we've had to struggle so much, which is nice. We're gonna have like a little storefront in the front of the studio, and then on the back there's the warehouse where we fulfill all the orders and a lot of the art gets done. I mean, not only are we fulfilling orders and stuff and have more employees, but we are also doing a lot more paintings. There is some giant paintings in the works. This video you'll see a sneak peek of a few of them, but yeah, I'm beyond excited to show you guys some of these new pieces. I mean, obviously keep updated on Instagram and TikTok where I post kind of just daily updates on what's going on. Not only that, but one of our TikTok videos did really well on the woven blankets, and we ended up selling a ton of wovens throughout the week. So we've just had a really busy few weeks since we've moved in here, just setting things up, working on giant paintings, packing a ton of woven orders, and just gearing up for this final quarter in 2022, where the holiday season is right around the corner. We're gonna be gearing up for Black Friday. We're working on a ton of new products. We've spent a couple late nights here, which has been really fun, just working on big paintings and hanging out with friends while we just continue to grind out more things. But yeah. Alright, so we're not going to give you a studio tour just yet because it's kind of messy in here. I mean, my area right here is already a little messy, but I just thought, I'd talk about some of the stuff that's going on. So right now I'm working on this skate deck for another YouTube video that you guys will be seeing shortly. But I also wanted to talk about, what happened earlier in the video. As you saw at the beginning, I got into a car accident, and that's just kind of interesting to me because the last 2 years since TikTok has started, my main priority has been artwork. Like, artwork has been number one, then everything else in my life is just whatever, I'll push it aside because I gotta focus on art. And while that is good for an artist and it's helped me immensely in growing my creativity and my skills, there's something there to be said about, pushing everything else off in your life just to focus on one thing. My life is terribly imbalanced and I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. So this is kind of a message, I guess, to artists out there who are considering being a full-time artist. Make sure that you balance out your life, because if it wasn't for me prioritizing art so much and pushing everything else aside and spending 80% of my energy towards art, I probably wouldn't have gotten in the car accident. But if you're not in your head and you're living in the moment and not up in your head, it's gonna help you a lot in life. For me, reality can be a little bit confusing because I don't know how to get to point A to point B to point C. But if you're living in the moment, it helps you just kind of understand how you're gonna get from where you are now to where you want to be the next day and the next day. And you can actually reach your goals a lot further if you're not in your head, just kind of road mapping everything out into this confusing, tangly mess of things in your head. So yeah, I think it is important for artists to actually keep track of the time. Don't be on some crazy demon time in your head where just but yeah, this skateboard's gonna be pretty sick. I'm honestly pretty excited. I've been doing a lot of skate decks kind of on the side between a lot of paintings. I'm trying this new style where it's like very raw, kind of like Basquiat, where I'm just throwing things down. It doesn't have to look exactly correct. What's kind of nice about this style is that you don't really have to be super in control of the lines. You could kind of let the lines be a little bit not accurate. Kind of like the style of this. Now, I know I said we're not giving a full tour of the studio, but I do want to show you guys some of the paintings that are in the works because I'm like beyond excited for this. This one, I don't really have a name for yet. It's called like Boy of Wonder in my head or something like that. But this is, I think, one of the biggest canvas I've taken on recently. You can see down here, there's just a whole bunch of just crazy, kind of force of imagination type vibe. But then also coming out of the kid's head is a bunch of growth and crazy imagination type stuff. And then for the landscape, it's just kind of some nice rolling hills. I was kind of like thinking like Colorado with some of the mountains back here and then, you know, some valleys where there's like some farmland and stuff. But this one was pretty much 100% done with Posca markers, but I still have to go in with acrylic paint and kind of figure this one out. And then if we go over here, this one is getting really close to complete. I'm on the last and final stage of this piece, but this one's called Welcome to the Show. I don't know if you guys know or have been following for a long time, but I did this bottle a long time ago when I used to collect bottles off the side of the road, and I did one called Welcome to the Show where it kind of just talks about society's pressures on, you know, all of us on the internet, what social media can do to your brain, and how it can affect you, because there's kind of like this whole show being put on and we're all just kind of here to consume it, and it's gonna kind of twist our minds in different areas. So, you know, we have this guy here he's like losing his mind and his sense of reality and time, and then you got like little illusion things like this guy's actually on a stage and he's kind of like realizing that this isn't even real life and the world's kind of coming apart over here. Reality is being warped within the TV. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool things with this piece and I am beyond excited. I mean, you could already see down here, I worked on the details a little bit so you could see kind of what that final result is gonna look like. But still, the rest of this needs line work and I'm excited. And then I think one of the last pieces I'll show you guys is this woman painting here. This one has kind of been put on the back burner recently because this piece is just a lot tougher to do. It's a lot of watered down acrylic and very fine details and in a different style than I think everything else that we're working with. This one has just been taking me a while, but I'm really excited for it because if you look at the dress, like there's so many different patterns and some of the patterns like reach out beyond the dress, like the clouds kind of going beyond the dress. So I'm really excited for this. And then we got moon cycles and other stuff. I really don't know what this is gonna look like when it's finished, but I think it'll be one of the best pieces that we've done so far. Oh, and let me show you guys the storefront. The storefront is like not done yet completely, but we've been working on it. So over here we just have some clothing racks and stuff. Still not completely filled yet, but we also have some of our woven blankets in the back. It looks super nice. I'm really happy with how all these wovens turned out, especially this one. We just got this in the other day. This is of my illustration Hermeticism. I don't know if you guys remember that piece, but it's definitely my most detailed pen and ink piece. But now we have this on the wall, just super sick. Then we're also working on this giant ass mural right here. I know it's like a mess, and the mural kind of looks like shit, and that's because it's on like its beginning stages. We're just laying down the base colors here, but you know, we have people like Dalen, who's manning the camera right now, that has been working on just filling in this color. And then I'll go in with some fat Posca markers and do the line work and bring this piece together. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, and if there's any video requests or anything that you'd like to see me do in future videos, please drop a comment down below. The web shop and all the socials are in the description, but yeah, I think that's all. So, see you guys later.